Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. If you hear new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Shift UI text app inside today we need to see this here the local database. First of all need to create inside the needed tables need to develop here. Let's start how to import here the SQLite 3. First of all need this here the one library SQLite.shift need this here the library, and first of all need to import this library and to connection with the SQLite 3 database, and to creating here the tables, as well as you need to create here the database connections. First of all need to find out here the shift UI package lines need to find. This is the lines, and to give this here the URLs, copy this path, and we need to go inside the projects and we need to add this here the package dependency, and we need to click on here the plus buttons. Then after we need to put this here the this URLs, and to get this here the library SQLite.ships, and to select here and to add this package and to install this here the package. Now this package are the importings are the done. Now need to create here the DBHelper class. Need to today need to develop here. First of all, need to create here the right clicks and to create here the new files, and to select this here the shift UI view and to click on next. Then after need to give this here the name DB helper and to create this class. Now this class are the creatings, and first of all need to import here the SQLite, import SQLite, and we need to remove the structures. Now need to create here the class and to give this here the name DB helper and create this class. Now need to create here the static let and share is equal to DB helpers, and to create here the singleton class like this set here. Now need to first of all need to define here the connection of the database. We need to set this here and to set here the let where DB connection is equal to connection objects like this. Need to set this here. First of all need to write down here the DB connections, and private init methods need to develop here. Private init methods need to call this here. Inside we need to write down here the try catch and catch here, and to write down here the DB connections is equal to need to write down here the nil. Then after need to print this here the error, and to set this here error initial init, and to write down here data, set this here the error localization descriptions like this. We need to set this here this data. To define here variable not equal to like this. Now need to write down here the DB connections logics are the implement here. First of all need this here the database save path. We need this here. First of all need to find out here the DB path is equal to need to call this here the try catch, and to find out here the file managers dot defaults, and to get here the URL for, and to write down here the cache directory, and we need this here dot user marks, and need to create sports URLs no needs. Need to remove these parameters, and to set this here the creates as a true. And now need to open this here the components and to give this here the name app data dot SQLite 3 dot path all these things. And now need to print this here the database path set as a db path db save and to print this here the db path like this. Now need to write down here the db connection is equal to need to write down here the try and to call this here the connection methods need to call this and to give this here the db path like this need to pass this here. And now need to create here the tables creating functions need to write down here and to write down here the create table like this and also need to write down here the implement here the functions and to give this here the copy these names and to paste this here. Now need this here the try catch and to set this here the catch like this and to print this here the errors. Need to first of all fix this here the errors. That here the nil. Now need to print this here the db table like this. Need to print this. First of all, need to give this here the table names. Need to define here inside the variable and column names also need to define here. Need to write down here the first of all need to create here the private let db for the zone like this and to write down here the create here the table and to give this here the name as a zone list like this. Similar to create here the another tables and to give this here the service detail table. Then after we need to set this here price detail table. Then after document table and then after zone document table like this and to change this here the name as a service. Then after we need to set this here price. After we need to create here the document and then after last zone document. Like these tables are the needs and to write down here the table create functions need to write here. First of all need to write down here the try catch and we need to write down here the db connections exclamatory signs not question mark optional variables that's on to use this here and to call this here the run query and we need to write down here the db zone dots we need to create and if not exits then to write down here the true and to write this here the tables call variables need to return here the callbacks. Now we need to create here the columns table dots need to write down here the column and to give this here the and here the some columns names private lets is equal to double quotes like this need C and all this here the zone id expression set here the string type and need to create here brackets inside and to set here zone ID column. Now one by one create needed these tables columns and to create here. Now need to first of all need to zone underscore name, zone underscore JSONs, then after city, then after the text column, then after status columns also needs here and created dates and other columns names are the needs here the modified dates and to paste this here. Now need to change this here the names, variable name, names, your JSON, then city, text, status, and created date. Then after need this here the modify date like this. Now need to create here tables to give this here the zone ID and to set here primary key as a. Now need to copy and also give this here the one. To remove this here the primary key only given here the one. Remove this here only to copy and paste. Create here two pages. Now need to change this here. So foundation, city, then after need to give this here text, status, created date, and modify. Like this, columns are the needs that's want to put this years to paste this here like this. And small of years. Similar to need to create here the service tables need to get this here. First of all, copy this functions. Paste this here, change this here the TB service like this, and need to need this here the some columns need to copy here the variables, set here blank, and also need to move this here the column copy here like this, and now need to give this here first of all the service ID, and after service name, then after need to need this here the seat, then after need to need here the color column, then after need to set here the icon column, top icon, gender, genre, after need to need this here the description column, and status, created dates, modified dates already defines here the variables, no needs. Like this we need to set this here and to pick this here the camel case name and to set this here. Now need to copy this here and to need this here variables are appearing this here. Change with one by one this variable name, color, and after icon this here top icon, and after genders, and after descriptions columns are need now to remove this data like this need to speed up and to set this here. Then after need to create here the another tables need to price related tables need to configure. First of all need to copy this here this column and to paste this here. Now need to change this here TB price like set here, and now need to configurations are the needs to create here copy And now need to set here the price ID columns. Then after need to set here the base charge. Then after per kilometer charge column. Then after per minute charge, and then after booking charge. After minimum fare, and after need to need this here the minimum kilometer, and after need to need this here the cancel charge. And status created dates and modified dates already created for these tables. That's why not declared here the types. This need to set here for the price tables. Same as need to create here the document tables, need to create documents ID like this. Settings after name, then after need to need this here type car, otherwise personal document like this need to need this. Another zone wise documents need to need this here the zone documents ID sets. Then after personal document, then after car document, then after required personal document, after required car documents columns need to need this here. Another columns are the knowledge and document like this. And to fix this here the camel case issue, minimum charge cancel. Now set document ID, zone document ID, personal dog, card dog, required card post. Like these columns are the needs for tables. Now one by one need to creating another tables. Remaining tables need to develop years. Mr. Paul's price related tables need to given this years and need to set this years. First of all, need to give this year price like this need to set. Then after zone ID. Then after need to given this here the service ID. Then after need to give this here the base charge, per kilometer charge, per minute charge, booking charge, minimum fare, and after need to columns of minimum kilometer and cancel. Like this need to need this years and also here. And two unused columns are this removed. Now another tables here the documents tables need to copy paste this years to give this here the TB document like set years. Now need to give this here the document ID. Then after need to need this here the name. Then after need to need this here the type and status. Unused columns need to remove this for. Now another documents tables need to zone document tables need to create like this. Now need to give this here the zone document ID. Then after zone ID. Then after need to set this here the zone service ID. dot zone service ID and another column. Set here the personal documents, car documents, and required personal document, required car documents, status, created dates and modified dates. Like this table columns are the needs for the zone documents. And now need to run these apps and to check this here the creating database are the work or not. So need to check this here. After slash need to print this here the log variables are created. The save this here. Now need to run this app and also need to not run just of course need to initialize this value to go inside the taxi drivers apps and to find out here the did finish launching with the options methods and to write down here call this initialize functions and to call this here DBHelper dot share methods need to call this here. Now need to runs and then execute this here the lines and to find out here the SQLite path need to into count here the path and now need to write down this. Now need to add this years and to open this years and openings and to creating here the by tables are the displaying here like this creating here the tables and next video we need to integrations here the insert this data and to call this here the static data API and to insert all data in bulk API need to develop here. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.